Joji, Jesus Christ. Joji, new album. What is it called? Smithereens? That's the okay. Very chill on the. Okay, why do we have side A and side B for 9 tracks of a full album? The whole shit 24 minutes. What the okay, well, we automatically download and die for you because, you know, that's my vibe right there. I gotta have that. Hold on. What the is with my. Do y'all hear that or is it just me? Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm not tripping. I just asked a question. Nobody said nothing about Ghost. Nobody said nothing about. All right, bro. We about to play the album. Oh, no. I downloaded the wrong one. The one I like is Glimpse of Us. I don't know what the fuck Die For You sounds like. Shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. Yo, it's really. Y'all, there's no way I don't hear that. Wow, that's crazy. Nah, I'm crazy. Y'all want to listen to Glimpse of Us real quick? Fuck it. All right, chill. We not listening to the whole track. Hold on, chill. Damn, that's a great track. Holy shit, it's a great cut. All right, there's only 9 tracks. We might as well listen to the whole shit. Feeling Like the End. Okay, I like that was a short track. Real spacey, airy kind of, you know what I'm saying, aesthetic. I think his voice goes well with it, but the drums kind of ruin it for me. I don't need those. Not only did the drums ruin it for me a bit, I feel like the drops on it was a little awkward, but you know, he made it work. I just probably, you know, it's not the proper vibe considering what Glimpse of Us was. Now I want a lot of this record to be like as little computer intervention as humanly possible. Like I want a bunch of guitar, harp, string type ballads in the back. You know, I think that's his strength. If he does do the production, like the heavy production, it should be like very climactic. That's as bad as it gets. Okay. Let's listen to Die For You. There's a music video? Oh shit. You niggas do not fail to let me know when there's a music video. Like cool, but like I also get annoyed as fuck when I hear that. Cause of course there's a music video. Oh, this came out today? Well, yesterday. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Almost like we left it all already. Okay. Couple feelings never laid to rest. How to learn to let go. Hold on. Are you still? I heard that you're happy without me. Yeah. All right. Yep. He got it. That's okay.
I hope you're getting everything you needed.
I don't like the sound of that though. That sound right there, I don't like the sound of, but it's the rest of it's great.
Only time we speak is in my dreams. Somebody in another sky. That's okay, 'cause I die for you.
You know how to rub it with the synths. You know how to rub it with the synths. I like that. I like that a lot. What is Before the Day Is Over? Let's hear what this one sounds like.
Things changing course, smiles fade to grin. No longer here, we were feeling bliss. I expected this, but I was hoping you'd stay open this time. I know you're almost gone. We might lose it all. Something we can use to break our fall. Hold it this time. I know it won't be long. Let me in before the day is over. Let me in. Let me in.
Okay. Whenever Joji makes music like this, he tends to like delve back into the issues that I had with him on his like lo-fi kind of sound when he first started dropping music, and he would kind of like letting the track play out without adding much to it. You know, and that's kind of like what it seems like he's doing here. It's kind of like going in circles to fill out the rest of the space of the track. But I definitely felt like he could have gave a lot more to that cut vocally. And even if he wasn't giving more to it vocally, like substance wise or lyrically, he could have threw some more, you know, some better writing or some more writing into the end of that track. You know, just kind of going in circles at the end of it, not doing too much, but you know, it wasn't a bad vibe. It was cool in the beginning, but definitely needed a switch up or some other type of variation at the end. Like that just didn't end up finishing strong. But we got another track, Dissolve. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he's talking about on here.
It's so hard just being me sometimes. I wish I could escape out my mind.
So
I know I haven't turned the corner. Who are we? Who have we become? It's a painful situation. Do you feel complacent on the outside? You got the life you always wanted. Please don't leave me behind. Who are we? Who have we become? Who have we become?
we've yet to transcend that spacey vibe. You know, I want like I'm waiting for him to break. I'm waiting for his voice to breach that extra layer. Like the way I could describe the music right now is Joji failing to break out of this atmosphere. There's so many layers to the earth, I feel like, and he's gotten through a certain amount, but he's failing to break all the way through. And his voice, it's almost like he's afraid for his voice to be like the standout. And I noticed,
so this don't hit, sorry chief.
That has nothing to do with it. I've noticed that like that was always his main thing. Like I said earlier, when he was making like more hip hop centric records, was that the lo-fi aesthetic was something that was like a comfort zone for him, so he didn't have to like be isolated, so we could hear him mainly. And I feel like it's kind of similar with the music, like when he's making these like ballads almost. I feel like his voice, like he just needs to let it peek through. He just needs to like let it peek through with no layers on it, no additional effects around his voice, no extra reverb around his voice. Just go through. Like, let his voice just peer through. I want to hear you in your raw form. And I don't feel like he's allowing me to hear him in that state. But side B might be better. The only reason I wouldn't have a problem with that vibe if the vibe were a bit less spacey. Like if the music led to this climax, that would be cool too. But there isn't one. It's just kind of there, floating in the background, and he's kind of going along with it. You know, I'm waiting for him to direct the track, and it's not really happening yet. But there are, like I said, there's cuts where he's like the standout, like Glimpse of Us, clearly. Die For You is a good example of that. We just listened to Dissolve, right? So now we on side B. So side B might be a different vibe. Did my voice crack just now? I don't remember that. You a bitch for even pointing that out, to be fair. We about to see Knight Rider, first track on side B.
Crazy in the dome, baby, can I get a heads up? Baby, can you say some? Wanna feel sensation? Promise you I'll never get numb, I'm too precious. Burning, forever and ever, fully blazing. I don't remember fully blazing. I don't remember no better days.
See, like that right there is so annoying. That right there, like this right here. This right here is his moment to shine.
1 a.m. freestyle is the last good song, I'm afraid.
Bro, stop. This right here is his moment to shine. He should have sung high notes everywhere at this point. This would have been the moment for him to go. Like, he's drawing a lot of influences from James Blake, but without like the confidence within his voice to let himself stand at the forefront vocally. Like, I want him to do that. This is the perfect opportunity right here for him to do it. Right here. Fuck. And now we're just fading out.
From Destroy Lonely.
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. Blah 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 demo. Oh shit. Okay. This might not be great. Oh no.
I can make you feel it closer, baby, one more time.
But not respond to Kendrick's control verse. Man's scared.
Nigga, Kendrick's control verse was like 18 fucking years ago.
I can really feel it no matter how much they take. She said I'm dumb, surrounded by strangers. I wanna be forever young. Got nothing in my veins. Intimate. Levitate. Like an item separated. I could see it on the paint.
Oh no, that ended before the song actually ended. The way some of these cuts are getting, the way a lot of these cuts are finishing out. You know how when you had a paper to write in college, or maybe earlier than that when you were in high school or your middle school or some shit like that, and your teacher, your professor or whatever, they asked you to, you know what I'm saying, make a paper and have it be a certain amount of pages. That's what this feels like at the end. It's like meeting a criteria. Like, oh, just to get this amount, let me fill up the rest of the song with basically nothing. A bunch of like word salad. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this here. It's just like, let me just keep going just for no reason. It doesn't add to the track. It doesn't make it better. It's just to complete it. Even though he says this one is a demo, the ones that aren't demos kind of have a similar vibe. Let's listen to Yukon. This is an interlude. Somebody said this was a good one, though. The interlude was a single?
White truck, I
Oh.
can barely see
I think I heard this then.
shit.
Yeah, I think I have heard this then.
And my eyes get low in that all white truck.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mind Yukon. I remember this now. He got a music video for this too. This is where he was on the beach, right? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, I remember this.
And I overflow like mercury,
I'm too big again.
flowing with uncertainty.
Okay, I know what that's about. That's a better song though. It's a complete song. I do it's not my favorite Joji track, but it's still good. It's a different vibe from the rest of the tracks here. And it actually breaks up some of the monotony of the earlier tracks being like this kind of similarly spacey vibe. So I like Yukon in the context of the album. Yukon could have went right next to Glimpse of Us and Die For You, and then we could have got rid of some of these other cuts. 1 a.m. freestyle. Let's hear what that sound like. Okay. Nice.
You know you can make it. I hope one day you'll see them all. I've been playing memories in my mind. Tired of this madness. You're alone.
Yes. I like that. That's perfect.
I don't wanna be alone.
That was such a fucking cock tease. Because that's one of the best tracks on the record, clearly. And then it's 1 minute and 54 seconds or something like that. That was great. Trumps every other record on here outside of Glimpse of Us and Die For You. Even Die For You, low-key, it trumps that. The issue is his
While
confidence.
1 AM freestyle is amazing, the Yeet influence is undeniable.
All right.
Still a great track too.
All right, bro. Like, the only issue with this record and the only issue that's been with Joji since his infancy in making music has always been self-confidence. Like, he's working with a great foundation of tools here. He just gotta and I'm sure he's tried and he knows what sounds good and what doesn't. But he could very easily just increase your range, isolate your voice more, stop filling up the tracks with nothingness just to call it a song. This right here is, but even on the tracks, right, like this, even though it's great and I love his voice and how layered it is right here, right?
Tired of this madness.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds great. But imagine if it was just him with the no reverb and the no extra shit, the no extra effect. It would showcase him in such a different light. Add some extra vocal inflections. You know what I'm saying? Get out of this this tone of voice. Change the tonality a little bit. He would go crazy. I'm not imagining if it was Drake. Stop it. What are examples where his vocals are the main element of a song? Well, we got Glimpse of Us. There are examples where his vocals are the main element, but if you notice, even on Glimpse of Us, the tone and range that he goes with typically does not change. I don't remember much of Run. We can play back Run if y'all want. I could listen to Run again if y'all want. But he typically doesn't go out of that little sector. So I just want him to break out of it because I really feel like he can go crazy. That's why I think that's why there are so many James Blake comparisons that get thrown around, because you can hear it a lot, but the difference is James Blake will go anywhere with his range. Like, James Blake's range is great. It's crazy. Whether he's got instrumentals behind him, whether he's layered or not, he's gonna go. James Blake is really him. Hold on, where is it? Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah.
I tasted your skin.
Okay. Yeah.
Look on the planet, will I pay my dues just to get to
Look, hold on. I just started the whole song over. Pengu, you realize there's a difference between going into your upper register and hitting a high note for an entire track. You realize that, right? Or hitting a high note for a good portion of a song. Those are two totally different things. Nobody's accusing of Joji of not being able to go into his upper register at all. Like, I love that about him, that he can do that. He just doesn't do it recently, or hasn't done it recently. What I'm looking for is him isolating his vocals from the music and just getting that moment. A good example of this, and I'm glad I played this track back, because like, that's a great track. Run is a great track. But I know this is a bad thing. I'm not trying to say it like, wow, that's crazy. I did not mean to spell his name like that. Wow. A good example of this, right? Let me go back to one of I could go to that one, but that one's not fair. This is the deluxe. Why did I go to the deluxe? This is a good example of what I mean.
I try my hardest for you.
Just him and some synths, that's all. Nothing crazy.
Don't take away this one difference of mine. Back then.
It's not fair because this is a really high standard to live up to.
Now what about mine?
Oh my god, this thing gonna be crazy.
Are you in love?
And I'll touch that nigga. It's going down in here. I'm with the money team.
But this basically comes from a nigga that knows how to use his voice at this stage of the game. He's had so much time to learn how to use it, right? So I'm not trying to put Joji to this standard. But you keep saying ill. Like, why? Y'all realize I do not like this album at all from him. Oh yeah, that other one he did, Slow Dancing in the Dark. I like that one too.
What does love mean when the end is rolling in?
Fire. That outro showed just how ugly love can be. That violin piano mix showed just how ugly that shit can get. How bad it can get. I like that right there. You know what I'm saying? I like that right there. He should have sang over it though. But that was great. I hope he get into that bag.
Shawn, you gotta play Sanctuary.
No, I don't. I don't have to play it at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Why the fuck would I play? All right, bro. You tripping. The last thing I really enjoyed from Joji, well, I won't say that, because there's a lot of shit I've enjoyed from Joji over the years. But the one that I think I took to most out of it was this one. Just a quick, simple In Tongues EP. This wasn't that great, but this is what showed me he could really beat. He could really, you know what I'm saying. When he wants to, he could just really tap into it. He could tap. This was the shining light for me to let me know, okay, he's working with something. I trust him. At this point. He working with something I trusted. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm not about to play every Joji track I've ever heard in my life that made me have faith and belief in him. But I will play Will He. This is it! What the fuck is... Oh, no, I'm thinking of the wrong one. My bad. After this, we are going to Brock. We're going to Cockhampton after this.
'Cause I don't need to know.
Chill. Feel me?
Hey Shawn.
Feel
Can
me?
you listen to the album Beauty in Death by Chase Atlantic? It reminds me a lot of the album Eviscerated.
I don't know why Reader said it like that. You know what? I actually had to edit you out of my Drake video if you're the same person, because your chat comment showed up. I record with the OBS on here sometimes, and so when I put it on, I saw a random chat pop up while I was recording. I'm like, nigga, I'm not live. What the fuck is that? You scared me. Anyway, I like the Joji record, but of course Big Pussy has a video. Why not? I like the Joji record, but I hope he doesn't revert back to old habits. I'm really like, he's got the capabilities. He just needs to put it all the way out there, man. That's really all I want for him. Cause he got it. He does. He got it. He's just not using it all the way. You know, that's really it. But I did enjoy the high points are good, are really good.